So we could call the gospel reading from Luke this morning a tale of two sisters. The one who has way too much to do, and the other who won't help. Or the one who is distracted by her many tasks, overwhelmed, if you will, and the other who is overwhelmed because she has the opportunity to sit at Jesus' feet and learn. And perhaps those descriptions and what we learn from them, what we can take into our own lives, are right on target. But what if there's something more to it? What if, instead of it being about how we are to act, it's about us not missing who it is that Mary is listening to? In other words, that we don't miss the presence of Jesus. I mean, Martha and Mary had no idea, probably, that Jesus had set his face to Jerusalem and that his end on earth was coming really soon. So that really wasn't the motivation for Mary to sit at his feet, and yet she knew that when Jesus was there, there was something important that he had to share. There was something important that he was doing. And it's really, again, not about just two sisters or two women at all. Because what Jesus says to Martha is important for all of us. Martha, you are distracted and worried about many things. And I would venture a guess that there's not a single one of us, male, female, or whatever, who has not at some point, some way, somehow been distracted and worried and missed Jesus' presence. It might even be happening as we're here right now. Somebody's thinking about lunch. Somebody's wondering, how am I going to get everything done this week? It's happened to me. It's happened to me while I'm speaking with you. We get worried and we get distracted, and those two things intertwine, and it's like some sort of blinders come on us, and we miss the opportunity that Jesus is present with us right now. That Jesus calls us and gathers us into his presence. That Jesus is present in the meal. That Jesus is present in each and every one of us. And perhaps we even miss the message that someone has to share that is inspired by Jesus. Perhaps we miss seeing in the other person that Jesus is there. I think that it's not so much us trying to feel guilty because we miss it, but it's the good news that Jesus' presence continues to invite and to welcome us. That's the great good news of this. Jesus understands, but Jesus continues to call us and to gather us and to welcome us. And what Jesus shares with us and teaches us is the best part. It's the part that cannot be taken away. It's the part that we learn that Jesus' love and grace is for all of us. Every single day, every single moment of time, Jesus loves and forgives and gathers and calls us. And invites us to come and taste and see and be. And sometimes to do. I mean, certainly Jesus didn't want people to just sit at his feet and never do. The last couple of weeks are evidence of that. A couple of weeks ago, we heard about Jesus sending out the 70, not to go and sit and learn, but to do, to take his message out into the world. And last week, we heard about being a neighbor, and that being a good neighbor is showing mercy to others. But the great good part is learning from Jesus about his love for us, his acceptance of us, his calling to us. And so we come and we sit and we hear Jesus speaking to us, and we leave filled and renewed.